those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Angel Healing House Radio. My name is Candy Hough. Through my business, Angel Healing House, which can be found at angelhealinghouse.com. I'm a writer and an author, an international radio host, a Reiki master teacher, and an angel practitioner. My inspirational books entitled Angels of Faith and One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness, and my autobiography, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, are based on my recollections of our life in spirit, and they help us to remember our divine, eternal natures. Through Angel Healing House, I help people to let go of sadness, anger, bitterness, resentment, and regret that has kept them locked in the prison of the past, and I help them to let go of worry, stress, and control, which has kept them focused on an imagined future. And once they are no longer living in the past or the future, they can start to live in the present moment, which is the only place that they can experience synchronicities, miracles, and magic. As an angel practitioner, I help people to see their lives from a higher perspective with the help of an extraordinary group of angels who call themselves the Posse of Angels. Just like my angelic family, the Posse of Angels, I'm very excited to take some of your calls for that free angel advice. You can call into the show on 1-800-930-2819. But before we get to those callers, welcome everyone to Angel Healing House Radio. And I'd like to start by singing a song. Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday, Claire Candy, Angel Ariel, happy birthday to me. It never ceases to amaze me that every time I hear someone say, "Oh, I would rather forget my birthday," or "I never make a fuss about my birthday," as it just draws attention to my age. I guess if one chooses a limiting view to see their age as any sort of determinant as to what they can do, what they can be, and what they can have, then I guess I can see why many people absolutely dread their birthdays. You know, if one has been programmed to believe that with advancing of their age, that they won't be able to live their dreams, then I guess this energetic limitation and the lack of faith will be ultimately a self-fulfilling prophecy. For instance, maybe people hate birthdays because with advancing age, they expect to they expect to physically deteriorate and get ill as they get older, or that their dreams actually have an expiration date on them and can only be experienced when one is young. This astounds me, as I never ever equate the celebrating of my birthday with age at all. I choose to celebrate and get very excited about my divine existence. And my celebrations are not just relegated to this physical birth. For you see, I'm celebrating the God essence of my eternal existence and how unique and special an energy that I am. This doesn't make me superior, as this applies to each and every one of us. Now, having died twice with two near death experiences, which I write about, and my book, Angels of Faith, is based on. And having had a near death experience, which I write about in my number one Amazon International best-selling book, I Am an Angelic Walk In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. Having had these experiences, I've had the wonderful good fortune to experience what it's like when we shed this physical form, this human suit, and we return to our true essence of spirit. My other number one Amazon International best-selling book, One True Home, Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness, well, it shares with readers a very detailed picture of what happens across the veil and what actually we do on the other side. In fact, did you know that when we physically cross over, even though we've shed this outer physical form that we've chosen in this incarnation, that out of the billions and the trillions of souls in heaven, other souls can very, very easily recognize who we are by our singular, distinctive, energetic frequency. We are very, very singular in that. And there might be similar frequencies held by others, but there is no other matching frequency to ours in any space, time, dimension that holds our exact blueprint, our exact energetic signature. We are all like snowflakes in, in that no two of us are exactly the same. And it's this singular energy that is me, which I choose to celebrate today. And even though every one of us has this extraordinary, unique, divine, energetic essence, it is what we do with it that determines whether we're going to be happy and joy filled, excited and passionate when our birthday comes around, or whether we choose to put on our focus on what we haven't done, or what we don't have, or what we regret and what we're resentful about. Either way, it's our perception that will determine what we experience on our birthdays. And because birthdays have always been a wonderful opportunity to take a look back over the previous year to see what's happened and what lessons we've learned, or perhaps lessons that we haven't learned, let's peek back at Claire Candy, at Angel Ariel's past year. Now, this past year was huge for me as I finally let go. I surrendered my over analytical, logical, rationalizing Libran brain and chose to break the stranglehold of my limited mind, which was always trying to figure things out. This is just in my nature. In this way, I let go of all restrictions, worrying what was going to happen in the future. I surrendered to the grace of God and the angels, allowing them to show me how to best co create and to dance with the rhythms of life. In this way, I've become so good at following the breadcrumbs of life, at hearing the music from God and the angels to help me follow the amazing beat of the universe, as it always knows what's best for me, and it will always show me the direction and the divine timing in which to step forward to. You know, so many things always show me the direction and the timing as to when to step forward. And as a result, so many wonderful things have happened this past year because of surrendering to trying to figure out and going with God's flow. This past year, I found myself back in the beautiful recording studio at Dion Audio Services in Northridge, California, and I was voicing the narrator's part and myself, Angel Ariel, for the audiobook of One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness. Now, we did this a year ago, that seems, or maybe it was a year or 2 years ago. We did this with my book, I Am an Angelic Walk In, and doing it again was just as much of a thrill. The thrill of working with professional voiceover actors who provided the voices for the other characters in the book. And Pete and I produced the book. So we shared this beautiful, beautiful experience and um, bringing my written words and allowing them to take wings to be accessible in audio. And just have to tell everyone and share this book, One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness, will be on audible.com by the end of October or early November. So do look out for it. One of those things that Pete and I did this year, we chose to remove from our bucket list, as people call those things that their heart wants them to do, was we took a Viking cruise through the Alaskan Passage, and we saw such heart-stopping, breathtaking beauty, the service, the attention to detail, the food, and the beauty of the ship and its crew were absolutely unparalleled. We saw orcas and whales and seals and the grandeur of the pristine Alaskan snow capped mountains. It was truly breathtaking. We allowed ourselves to recharge, re energize, and rebalance our lives for those 10 days, and it was a remarkable trip. And probably of most significance, I found my way um, a, to the breathtaking acceptance, a peace, a serenity, and self love that I really have not known before. I let everything fall away and to see myself not through the eyes of my accomplishments, but they are wonderful and I'm proud of them, but as through more of who I am and to see myself through the eyes of God. And with Source's vision of me, I finally loved myself completely. As such, everything that was not in direct alignment with that has fallen away from my life and left me with a feeling of peace, grace, and bliss. With my birthday finally here and the beginning of a new year for me, a wonderful solar return, I've tried to get the Posse of Angels to show me where all this is leading, but they just smile and they play very coy by saying, well, you haven't seen anything yet. And they said, but we will send you the opportunities and connections to be of joyful service, not only to yourself, but to the world. And just be open, follow those blissfully follow those breadcrumbs, and things will unfold in the most miraculous of ways. And all I have to do is just allow myself to be led by God and the Posse of Angels. I know it sounds pretty simple, but until I made that conscious choice to live the quotation that I created, let go of the steering wheel of life, and so that God and the angels can drive you around to all the miracles, until I did that, my GPS system had seen me spinning my wheels or going in the wrong direction. Now, in celebration of the amazing wonderment of the celebration of who we are, I'd like to read aloud a poem by the extraordinary writer whose books contain such amazing, wise spiritual wisdom, and many adults are not familiar with this special sage, as his wisdom is hidden in the form of children's books. From Happy Birthday to You, here is Dr. Seuss's wisdom. The poem goes, today you are you. That's truer than true. There's no one alive who is more youer than you. If we didn't have birthdays, you wouldn't be you. If you'd never been born, well, then what would you do? If you'd never been born, well, then what would you be? You might be a fish or a toad in a tree. You might be a doorknob or three baked potatoes. You might be a bag full of hard green tomatoes. Or worse than all that, why, you might be a wasn't. A wasn't has no fun at all. No, he doesn't, or wasn't just isn't. He just isn't present. But you are you. Now, isn't that pleasant? I'm lucky to be who I am. Thank goodness I'm not a clam or a ham or a dusty old jar of gooseberry jam. I am what I am, and that's a great thing to be. If I say so myself, happy birthday to me. And again, that is from the book Happy Birthday to You by the infamous Dr. Zeus. You know, listeners, it is not true that people stop pursuing their dreams because they grow old. They grow old because they stop pursuing their dreams. They stop believing in how beautiful and how magnificent and how powerful they truly are, no matter what their age. They actually stop believing that the magic of life comes from inside of us and that it can be accessed and put into effect at absolutely any age, at any time. Not only do I believe that growing old is not mandatory, but that those who hold on to experiencing life through the eyes of a child, we will never grow up. And this intangible magic inside each and every one of us, well, it's easily seen in young children. They allow themselves the freedom to be who they are, to be open and see the world through eyes of enchantment and wonder. They are fulfilled by living in the magic of the present moment only and being connected to the world of imagination and the manifestation of dreams. And whether you are a Libran and having a birthday now or not, the Posse of Angels wants to share with all of us that this new month of October is going to be about change. It could be a change in your perceptions, in your attitudes, that anything and everything is possible now. It could be a change in a desire or a dream that you wish to fulfill that previously you may not have dared to even think that was possible. Maybe you're feeling the urge to create something new. These internal feelings about change, they're perfectly timed because our first step now in creating our desired futures is to revel in imagining, feeling, praying, and dreaming. And the what we will be imagining, well, that'll be different for each and every one of us because so much of the world was just not ready to shift in the past. It seemed to us like a dream, a project, or an idea that we had. It just wouldn't get off the ground. It just didn't gain traction. And many of us experienced a great deal of frustration. So we just abandoned those endeavors. But the Posse of Angels, my angelic family, they want us to be very observant in this present magical moment as the heightened energies of the fifth dimension and our heightened perceptions will now help many of us to see the support and the recognition for our efforts. And when something comes into your awareness that makes you feel excited, gives you goosebumps, makes you wiggle, I've spoken about my wiggle on my program, then life is calling you to interact with it and to take inspired action. For instance, I had been trying for years and years to hire an illustrator for my Angel Healing House tarot deck that I designed and created, and to go with a tarot deck that a tarot book that I had written. And all attempts in this in the past to hire an artist were futile. Now, in November 2017, I had a dear friend visit from the East Coast, and while she was here, we went out for drinks, and she invited two friends who were screenwriters. And when my husband found out that one of them was a comic book writer, he asked if he drew the art as well. And he said, no, I get my artists from DeviantArt website. And when the DeviantArt website was announced, I got shivers all over. I went home, went on this website, found an absolutely brilliant artist in Poland. We formalized the contract and the details with our lawyer, and abracadabra, she signed the contract. After 14 months, the Angel Healing House Tarot deck has been completed, and we hope to bring it out at the beginning of 2020. The my beautiful Angel Healing House Tarot was easy because I'd already prayed, cemented that intention in my heart. And now, with those encouraging, supportive, and magical energies, all we need to do is step forward and interact. The Posse of Angels is saying that for each of us, it is like we've spent years and years planning the most delicious meal that we could ever imagine. And now it's going to be served up for us in limitless possibilities for us to enjoy. Now, the Posse of Angels wish for each of us to remember that when you are making movement to that which excites you, you cannot make a mistake. So take some time this month. Really take some time to reflect on what you wish to change and those things that you wish you could change in the world, and then go through your excited interaction, watching the world bring you those opportunities and connections to then step forward and take inspired action. And lastly, when I went to my animal cards and I picked a card for this for today, the card that came out, and I'll see if it's on top here, um, because I picked it before, and when I was tidying up, I absolutely put that back in the deck. Well, anyway, it was Spider slowly descended into the picture. And with its magic thread, in came Spider, and it was showing us its beautiful wisdom as well. The spider is a remarkable figure of feminine energy and creativity. It is diligent and hardworking in weaving its threads of Dharma. And Dharma is different from karma. Dharma, it's the path in which you are heading towards your destiny. And while Dharma is one's destiny, mission, or calling, the karma as the result of Dharma is the actions performed to complete the duty. And while Spider's work is painstaking, I mean, when you think about um, those intricate threads of that of his web, it never tires nor becomes impatient for him, because he knows that the creation of the web, which is about his journey, is just as important as the web's final creation or the destination or what gets caught as a result of him weaving his beautiful web. The planning and taking your time with heartfelt projects really is the key to success. I wrote on my Facebook page this just a few days ago, or was it yesterday? Um, the big dreams take focus, they take effort, they take heartfelt longing, and they take one other things in order for big dreams to come true. Big dreams only come true if you believe in your heart that they will come true. And that is the energy. That is the energy that some would say is the magic that brings about those alchemical energies to make our dreams come true. Um, Let me see. Spirit asks us, how strong, how strong is the web that we've established? If one of the threads in our web unravels and the other threads, are they strong enough? Are they strong enough to support our dreams? You know, when we put so much time and effort into something and it still hasn't come about, will we abandon our dreams or will we have the faith? I just found the spider card. Here it comes in. There's our beautiful, beautiful. And these cards are the Colette Baron Reed cards. They're just lovely. Spider energy is definitely a call to creatively weave and breathe a new life into your ideas and into your projects. And rather than being results oriented, Spider urges us to passionately and abundantly create for creation's sake. And then wait on heaven's designs for those projects to take magical flight and to return abundance into our lives. You know, the planning and taking your time with heartfelt projects is the key to success. Haste does make waste. Go slow. Take measured action, waiting for just the right time to present itself before you strike. You wouldn't take a cake out of the oven early before it's baked because you're hungry, and you wouldn't pull on the tops of vegetables in the garden because you want them to grow quicker. Just like the patient spider. Create your web of things that you're passionate about and then nurture and feed them with intention, focus, dreaming, and visualizing the best outcome for them. You have been listening to me, Claire Candy Hough, here on Transformation Talk Radio. Remember that Angel Healing House Radio airs every week at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can also watch me on Facebook Live on Thursday mornings at 10 o'clock on my show, Views from My Balcony. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be taking some of those calls for those free angel readings. So do call in on 1-800 930 2819, and myself and the Posse of Angels would love to answer your questions and your call. So see you on the other side of this break.
To see your life from an angel's perspective, book a personal consultation with Claire Candy Hough, angelic walk-in angel Ariel at Angel Healing House. Candy provides intuitive counseling, Reiki, and angel readings in person in Los Angeles or nationally and internationally via phone or Skype. She will channel the practical tools you need to transform your life. Call now 831-277-3716 or visit angelhealinghouse.com. Take your own journey with the angels with Claire Candy Hough's Heaven Sent Guided Angel Meditation CD, letting go of concerns and living in the now. This beautiful CD walks listeners through practical exercises to help free them from the burdens, worries, and concerns of daily life.
Walking a quarter of the way across the bridge, you see a bright, emerald green light and sense a loving presence. This is Archangel Raphael's green healing energies, nourishing and revitalizing you. Take a moment now to bathe in this green healing light.
Giving you much more than just relaxation and stress release, this wonderfully narrated CD provides vivid visualization, soothing and inspiring music, and an angel's choir that will bring you peace, clarity, and a newfound awareness. Visit angelhealinghouse.com today.
Hello, everyone. You're back with me, Claire Candy Hough, on Angel Healing House Radio. We've been speaking about birthdays as it's my birthday, and how we can do, we can be, we can have whatever we want. And age is certainly not a determinant as to whether there's an expiration date on our dreams or not. So we're going to be taking some of your calls for that free angel advice. I'm not sure what that sound was, but let's continue. Um, We're going to be taking some of your phone calls for that free angel advice, or you might have a question or we wanted to discuss the topic. But before we go to the callers, I want to remind everybody that on October 13th, which is just days away, we will be gifted with a hunter's full moon in Aries. And Aries is that planet of go, go, go and action and makes us want to do things and action things. And this moon may appear bigger or more golden orange than just the moon, but don't be fooled by the moon's illusion, which makes the moon appear larger than it really is. But it's heralding. But with its larger appearance, it's actually heralding a time of golden blessings coming through on this full moon. Now, this moon was called the hunter's moon because it signaled the time to go hunting in preparation for winter, and so they could store their food and see them through to the spring. When all the crops and the harvest from the fields were completed, it was much easier to sight and see the game when hunting. It's also called a shedding moon, a blood moon, or a falling leaf moon, coming right before Halloween. It's a time when the nights are crisp and clear, and you can sense a change is coming in the air. Where some full moons have many of us feeling like going inward as they help us clear and cleanse what still needs to be released. This full moon will be uplifting and heralding something positive and even greater than ourselves. With the vibrant colors of the leaves in many northern hemisphere areas, this time of year denotes a more receptive energy to our spiritual energies. We feel a draw, a bond to our ancestors. You know, Hallows Eve is approaching, with some cultures celebrating the Day of the Dead, and the veil in October becomes very thin. We can use this time for our spiritual growth by planning rituals and making offers to those loved ones who've crossed over. You can write a letter, a poem, some flowers, and then pray on them. And then um, some people take the letters and burn them in the fire and then see the ashes go to those spirits across the veil. As the harvest is over and the ground gets reset and rest from growing things, as the temperatures get colder, we really must let go of everything that is no longer serving our needs. Like with all full moons, it's a wonderful time to write out everything you want to release and surrender on paper and throw it into the fire as the smoke goes up and releases that into the ethers. Let's go to our callers. If you want to call in for a free angel reading or discuss the topic, please do call in on 1 800 930 2819. Let's go to John in Los Angeles. John, you're on the phone with Claire Candy Hough. How are you today?
Hey, I'm good, Candy. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. As you can tell, I am such a little child. I just, I am celebrating not age, but my eternal essence, which just wiggles and giggles and sparkles, especially all year round, but especially at my birthday time. So, how are you?
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I like to think of birthdays like in a video game where you level up. You level up and you get a certain, special gift every year from the universe, and it's up to us to figure out what that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a time, the Posse of Angels have actually said to me, it's a time like on your solar return, when the sun goes that
Mhm.
full year, and and you get an opportunity to wipe the slate clean. And then many
Yeah.
people then say, well, if it's not what I did before, or it's what's going to come new, they try to figure it out. But the Posse of Angels, I was pulling some cards this morning, and one of the cards that came out was, for me, was blissfully follow the breadcrumbs. which I
Mhm.
which I
Yeah.
thought, wow. I said, with me being
Yeah.
an Libran and so analytical, I thought, what a great that and you can only follow the breadcrumbs if you're in the present moment and you're observant
Yeah.
and you see what little breadcrumbs that which lead to another little breadcrumb, and they said,
Mhm.
and then the big picture will reveal itself.
Yeah, I love that. That's like following the synchronicities, right? Just being open to the signs and,
Absolutely.
and the,
So what's
connecting the
going
dots along the way.
Yeah, connecting the
Yeah.
dots. Yeah, yeah. We don't have to know
Yeah.
the big picture to take the first step on that
Right.
staircase, but and just allow the little child, allow the and another card that I got, which I loved, was I think it was Badger or Beaver Spirit, and that was reset, to start life as a beginner.
Mhm.
Push the
Yeah.
reset button.
Okay.
And when we're a beginner, I take myself back to a child,
Yeah.
as a child, when we know that we're protected, we're guided, we're given direction, and just to stay in that childhood. Okay, I'm looked after. If something is not presented to me, I can go out and play. But
Mhm.
if
Mhm.
something is important enough to be shown to me, then I will attend to it. But until then, I won't stress about it because I know that not now doesn't mean not ever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
very good. No, those are great cards to get on your birthday. That's for sure.
Yes. So what
Yeah.
would you like to ask the Posse of Angels? What cards can come up for you? Anything? Any
Yeah.
question?
Well, ideally, I like to focus on the dream job, career-wise. But whatever comes up would be great. But I do have my heart set on a particular job that I have been giving of, to the company. It's going to sound weird, but it's an online community, and I've been pretty much giving of my services freely. And so I need to figure out a way to, hopefully get in and actually get paid as, an employee.
Right.
I've been enjoying doing the service work that I've been doing, but ideally I would like to, have it turn into an employee relationship and see how that goes.
Right. Well, okay. While I'm shuffling these, I picked up the animal spirit cards rather than the other cards for some
Mm,
reason. So I'll stick with these.
okay.
Now we can the universe. The good news. Okay, I'll give you the good news first. The good news is
Mm-hmm.
that the universe desires what we desire. Absolutely. The
Right.
universe and
Okay.
our realities is a mirror for our actions, our words, our thoughts. If we show the universe that we are willing to give away without any exchange, and the exchange in today's
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
today's world is money, um, or it could
Right.
be an exchange of services or anything like that. If we're prepared to
Mm-hmm.
compromise and settle for less, then the universe says, great, we desire what John desires, and we will send him
Mm-hmm.
more of that. We will send him more of
Yeah.
that, where people will use and some would say abuse his services. It's not abusing because the universe just is a direct match for us. And so
Yeah.
they would never tell anybody to leave a job or a relationship. But if we cannot do anything anymore that doesn't respect, that doesn't honor, that
Right.
doesn't value our
Mm-hmm.
time, our expertise, and
Yeah.
you are kind of at an energetic crossroads, saying, if I
Okay.
keep doing what I've always
Mm-hmm.
done, what I've always done,
Yeah.
not valuing my time and my expertise and giving it away for free, and then getting back this
Mm-hmm.
feeling of, well, I can't pay my rent, I can't, I don't have money for
Yeah.
this, I don't have money for that, then there has to be a change. There has to be a change
Right.
where you say to the universe, I'm done. I'm done with giving
Mm-hmm.
away my services. I'm changing the John game. The John
Yes.
game in the
Yeah.
past has been very, has been, has served me, perhaps. I got a lot of
Mm.
connections out of that, but now I am not doing that anymore. And until you don't do it
Yeah.
anymore and you pull away and you show the universe that you're serious about changing the John game, then nothing will change.
Mm. Mhm. Okay.
All right. And so you have to be prepared. I've often said that, if you're holding on to something and the universe wants to answer you're conflicted. The
Mhm.
universe has heard your prayers. They've heard your prayers for more money.
Mhm.
They've heard your prayers for more financial stability, security, all of those things. Are holding on to something
Mhm.
that hasn't given you that, and made you feel
Mhm.
used, and made you feel used.
Mhm.
So they're saying,
Mhm.
open up your hand to release that. Open up your hand to
Okay.
release that so that we can fill your hand. I mean, what's the downside? You're not getting paid anyway.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I know what you're saying. It's a lot of us are contributing to the community in different ways. Running community events and things like that. But I actually wanted to be on the other side, on the production side of community management, community development, those kind of things. But it's a very small team, and so I've been just showing them, and doing what I can, but fell in love with the community along the way, if that makes sense. And so I enjoy connecting and know the value that I bring to the community, but at the same time, it is not a charitable organization. So it is
No.
time to start. Yeah, yeah,
ex-
I know.
ex-
Yeah,
exactly. They're not paying your rent.
yeah,
They're not paying your
right,
rent.
exactly.
And
No.
I've counseled many people in the spiritual community who are their hearts are so beautiful and they've got such gentle, sweet natures, but they're not grounded enough. They're not grounded enough to say,
Mhm.
okay, all right. When the bottom line is that I have to pay my rent and I have to pay we can
Yeah.
be as charitable and wonderful as we want, giving away our services, as I was, for a long time there,
Right.
because because of my angelic nature. But at the end of the day, we really do have to respect and honor and value our time. And people say, "Oh,
Mhm.
I just have a question for you," and I say, "Well, this is my profession. This is the way I put food on the table. So,
Right.
if you'd like to book
Mhm.
me for a session, that would be lovely." And that became easier the more times I said it and the more times I actually owned it. So let's go to the cards
Mhm.
and see. Okay,
Okay.
I love this card. This is the hero's journey. And we'll get to the animal cards in a minute. This is the hero's journey,
Okay.
and this is by Kelly Sullivan Walden. The card that I've picked for you is Whale of a Time. It's just got this beautiful light there. And it says,
Mm.
your charge is to enlarge. And I love when this card comes up because the cave you
Mm.
fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek. Let go of what you have. Stand up for yourself. Tell the universe exactly
Mhm.
how you're going to value yourself, and then open yourself to receive. You know, um,
Mm.
you have to understand that if something this might have served you. How long have you been doing this for?
About a year now. Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm working. This is just something I do in my extra time. But ideally, it's with a large corporation. I would like to get my foot in the door.
Yes.
So
Well,
yeah.
maybe, we try to figure things out, and if I do this, then I'll be
Mhm.
connected to this, and we can't figure things out anymore in these magical energies because it could come through in
Right.
the most convoluted way. But the next card you've
Yes.
got out for you is dream redirection. Isn't that funny? Dream
Yes.
redirection. Redream this situation. There can't be any large scale
Mhm.
until there's a personal revolution. It's got to happen from
Okay.
inside of you. So if you know and if you feel like this isn't
Mhm.
isn't where you need to be. And the other card that a 9 card is the card of completion. Surrender to your spiritual reverie, divine drunkenness. If you aren't feeling this level of just absolute happiness, enthusiasm, then it's
Mhm.
time then it's
Mhm.
time to switch paths. The couple of cards that came out for you, is number
Mhm.
one is the Hawk Spirit, and it's saying, let spirit be your guide. That spirit,
Okay.
co-create, work directly with spirit. If this is not creating bliss for me, um, and they're also, the Posse of Angels are also saying, bring your ideas to life. Bring your idea. You have
Mhm.
such
Mhm.
extraordinary ideas, they're saying, but they're currently being planted in fallow ground.
Okay. Okay.
Find
Mhm.
new ground and ask your angels to show you, uh, the ground that you can plant your ideas in. The next one was this beautiful cat spirit card. I love these cards. Cat spirit card is
Mhm.
claim your independence. Now that can't be
Mhm.
any more succinct. Claim your
Yes.
independence. See yourself as maybe an independent contractor. But the next one
Uh huh.
was our card for this week, which was Spider Spirit. Make your dreams
Uh huh.
real. So, myself and
Okay.
the Posse of Angels, both of us are getting very excited about you stepping up and
Yeah.
saying, what I've done up until now has been wonderful, but I really need to get, focused on valuing, respecting, and honoring my gifts. And once I
Yes.
do this and let go of what has not worked for me, and I just
Mhm.
send it out into the ethers, then I will miraculously see offers and people showing up in my life to respect, honor, and value my talents. And when that happens, my dear friend, you call back in
Mhm.
you call back into Angel Healing House and tell me and tell us what has happened.
I will do that. Thank you very much. Yeah, this was a powerful reading, and the cards really told the story in many ways. So I love that. Thank you very
They
much
did.
to you and the
We
Posse of Angels.
we've
Yes,
got
and have a
we've got
wonderful birthday.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. Have a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Take care. God bless you. So let's go to our next caller. We have Stephanie in New York. Stephanie, you're on the line with Claire Candy Hough.
Hi. Happy
Hi.
birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm okay. Thank you. So so I wanted to ask again about children in honor of the you're never too late kind of a thing.
Right.
And also I wanted to report that my biopsy results came back and they were good. They didn't show any of the precancer, which happened last time also, and they didn't show any of the hyperplasia, which is like the precancer to the precancer. But now it kind of stumped them because, I haven't done their treatment and things don't normally get better without it. They were expecting things to actually be worse. They said before the biopsy they were just checking for cancer, kind of assuming it would have just progressed to cancer from the precancer. So now they want to do a more invasive kind of biopsy, like in the OR, take like the entire lining out and look. And I'm not really sure what to do about that, especially, because I just had my birthday and I just turned 45 and, it can scar the uterus. I already had it done once. And it, can take a while to kind of bounce back from that too. I think I was told last time it takes like 3 months to even get like your periods normally again.
Right.
So I'm not really sure. I feel like things are fine now.
Right.
But, it kind of goes against their... So anyway, I was wondering what the angels had to say.
Well, you mentioned about children again, and this is, I know in the past that you've made it about children, but this is really about your health. This is about your health.
Mm-hmm.
And at 35, certainly, you're not,
Oh,
you're still in.
45.
What's that? 45.
45.
Oh, okay. So I can see that there is some concern, with not being able to bear children at that age. But as the Posse of Angels have um, said in the past, and they're reiterating now, this is about your health, and they want you to celebrate. They want you to celebrate your um, your wonderful good fortune in the tests coming back, um, with everything
Thank
fine.
you. That's what I wanted to do too, but they won't be positive, even with the last one showing no precancer. And
Right.
with this one again, and I get excited and want to celebrate, and they talk to me like I'm a delusional person,
Well,
and they just keep
again,
saying it doesn't get better without their intervention. Yeah.
well, you can't allow another person to determine whether you're excited about something or not. And if you do, then you're constantly like a marionette being played by different puppeteers, whoever turns up in your reality. So allow yourself to be happy. Make it about your health, and and as the Posse of Angels have spoken in the past, a lot of times they have shared with you, that there are many ways that you can mother children. You can work with children. If you would like to adopt a child, you can adopt a child. There are many needy children in the world. Um, and we can all mother. We can all mother in such extraordinary ways. So don't get hung up on just being a mother just through birth. Um, they're saying, oh, this is an interesting card. It's saying you are invited to suit up, show up, and open up. And I guess the open up is open up those possibilities for, you know, and in ways that you can mother and get excited about that. And now that, now put your emphasis on I am healthy enough to be able to mother children or mother, give my energies to mothering others, um, or working with children or those kinds of things. Two things that the Posse of Angels are saying is to put your emphasis on, well, three things. Put your emphasis on your physical health, on your emotional health, and also give yourself mercy and compassion. Please, unless you take your energies off of being able to physically birth a child, you're going to it's just going to be leading to disappointment for you, um, because if that doesn't happen, then your energies will be diminished. I have some beautiful Mother Mary cards here, and I'll choose some since they mentioned those two really powerful words of mercy and compassion. Um, Great card is following the signs. You need to release the outcome of this. I watch for and trust the signs that heaven continually sends me. What you can say, Stephanie, is thank you. Thank you for showing me the signs how I can be a mother, and allow God and the angels to miraculously bring you those energies. Then the card of forgiveness comes in. I'm willing to release old resentments or attachments so that may enjoy my life. So you need to forgive anything around this idea of motherhood. And I'm lovingly honest with myself and others. So it's really going to be an enormous help to you. A, celebrate your health. B, thank God and the angels for sending you signs how to mother, how to be a mother, how to work with children, how to have children in your life. And this is going to help you enormously. I must go. I've only got a few minutes left, Stephanie.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay, take care. God bless you. Bye bye.
Okay.
And that wraps the show up for today. Thank you to my callers. Thank you to everyone who listens to Angel Healing House Radio. Take care, everyone. Remember to go out and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself this week. Remember that you can purchase my books, Angels of Faith, One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness. I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of myself, Angel Ariel, and also go on audible.com because I'm an Angelic Walk-In is available as a download, and One True Home is coming out very soon at the end of October, early November for purchase and download. Take care, everyone. Love, and as always, angel blessings. I look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Bye, everyone.